Hello, 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 good people. Welcome to another episode of The Doc is In. I'm going to be talking a little bit about self care today and just kind of loving on yourself. This was inspired by my friend on Instagram. Her name is at Goddess Babes. She replied to a post that I made asking about self care, and so I just want to make sure that I give you guys something that's hopefully tangible, maybe some things that you can try for yourself in terms of how to care for yourself. Um, the first thing I'll say when we're talking about self care is just learn how to have fun by yourself. That's always a big one. I think a lot of people feel like they need to have someone there in order to have a good time, in order to do things, but you can have fun by yourself. It's in the practice of it is just learning to enjoy your own company. It could be literally the full out dating yourself, like get all dressed up, you have food prepared or delivered, whatever, and literally kind of spend some time with yourself and with your thoughts. That's a really great way just to kind of clear your mind, but also to process through the things that are maybe on your mind. Oftentimes we get into like these bad sleep patterns, and and people will say like, oh, I'm always having these dreams, I'm always trying to, I feel like I can't sleep because I'm having bad dreams. Well, what a lot of people don't realize is your dreams are literally your subconscious trying to process through everything that you've had on your mind. So if you've gone throughout your whole day and you didn't give yourself any time to meditate, any time to think, any time to just be with your thoughts, they're going to have to be processed out at some point. So your dreams are usually your subconscious trying to do that overnight. Another way to have some self care is when you can, because right now we're in a weird space, but traveling is a great way to engage in self care because one, when you're away, you really can't deal with certain problems. Like nobody's gonna call you when you're out of the country to say, "Hey, I don't have any milk in my house. Can you bring me some milk?" Well, I can't do anything about that. You're just gonna be without milk until either you figure it out on your own or until I get back. That's that. That kind of thing. It's a little isolating, but at the same time, it allows you to just have a minute to yourself. Um, Surprise yourself. Say yes to something that you normally wouldn't. It could be anything from video games. It can be hey mom, hey dad, do you want to go outside and play in the yard? Whatever. Say yes to something that normally you'd say no to. I think you may surprise yourself with how much you actually enjoy something that you probably wouldn't have even given the chance before. Um, I think a great way for a great means of self care is journaling. Man, journaling is a great one. And a lot of people say it but don't do it. But and I'll tell you, I'm the first one. I don't feel like actually writing stuff down. So if you, for those of you who have phones that have the capability to record and dictate, definitely dictate out some notes, like just what's on your mind right now, especially if you're finding that your moods are going kind of haywire. Um, Journal every time you acknowledge a mood shift because it can help you to figure out what's causing your moods to change on you. Another one is literally just giving yourself a break from time to time. Give yourself a break and forgive yourself. Like I think so many of us want to be perfect. So many of us want to be the best wife, the best mother, the best father, the best brother, the best whatever. That in doing that, you don't give yourself any breaks. It's like you don't give yourself any amount of grace. You don't give yourself just a minute to be within your own sphere and your own thoughts. Do that. Give yourself a break just from time to time. A part of giving yourself a break is learning when to say no. So earlier, yeah, I said say yes to something that you would have normally said no to. That's like a one time thing. learning to love yourself with saying no. Saying no is, I will tell you as an adult, it's a blessing to be able to say no, because, as a kid, you always have to explain yourself, why don't you want to do this, whatever. But as an adult, you can say no and literally just leave it at no. I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to tell you the why and the how of it. I just said no, and no is enough. So I encourage you to learn the power of no and incorporate it into your day to day activities. Um, when we're talking about self care, another thing is learning how to love on you by challenging you. Um, I feel like a lot of people keep themselves very circumscribed because they never go outside of what's comfortable for them. If let's say you're a singer, you've been singing in the church choir for years, and you actually sound good. You're not one of the regular church choir, we just encouraging you kind of singers. Like, you actually can sing, and you've had this desire to sing in front of people for a long time. Challenge yourself. Go to an open mic. Go do something. Take a leap, because you never know how that's going to impact you. A lot of times people will find that they can do something that they never thought they could, and then they feel so much better about themselves. That's a huge thing. And right now, I know you can't go out and do it. Hey, set up a concert in your house and sing for your family and your kids. Hey, if nothing else, it's a good way to kill some time. Give yourself a try. Do something different. Um, One of the big things I'm going to say in terms of self care right now in this current environment, two things. Put time aside for you. You have to have at least 30 minutes to an hour every day of you time. Time that you spend by yourself. I don't care if you lock yourself in the toilet. I don't care if you go in the bathroom, close the door, turn the vent on, and turn some music on. If that means going outside, anything, sit in the garage, preferably, nothing on, just kind of in there, like alone. Um, but go into a space where you can be by yourself and love on yourself and have a break, a bath, a book, anything. Give yourself at least 30 minutes a day of that. And taking care of yourself. Now is not the time for you to neglect your needs in terms of your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual well being. This is not the time for that. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, making sure that you're restoring yourself, making sure that um, you're literally fortifying yourself with everything. Take some multivitamins. Make sure that you're taking time for yourself if you need, if you got to work out, be creative with your workouts. If that's, hey, let's run around the block, run around the block. If, every, you may not have the option to go to a gym right now. That just may not be an option for you, and that's okay. But make sure that you're doing everything that you can do to take care of yourself. If you need to go online, you can Google ideas for self care. There are lists and lists and lists out there to really help you come up with something that you can do to take care of yourself. Okay? So, Goddess Babe, I hope this helped you. And I hope this helps all of you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Love yourself, love someone else. We'll all be better for it.